The studio lights glowed warmly over the Kelly Clarkson show as the audience buzzed with excitement. Kelly, all bright charm, leaned forward with her usual welcoming smile. Across from her sat Tim McGraw, the country music legend in a sharp black blazer and his trademark cowboy hat. He came to talk about his new album, a project he'd poured himself into, but something in his quiet posture hinted at tension that no one could quite place. Kelly opened the conversation with her familiar warmth. "Tim, it's great to have you here. This new album feels honest and bold. What inspired it?" The crowd cheered as Tim offered a quick smile and a small tilt of his hat. He spoke about late nights writing, years on the road, and stories that pushed him to create again. But his replies were short, guarded, like he was holding back more than he was sharing. Kelly pressed gently, asking about his work with younger artists and the changing country scene. Tim's tone sharpened, making her smile flicker. "I'm not here to chase trends," he said. "I make music for folks who understand it, not for people scrolling their phones looking for a quick moment." The audience laughed, thinking he was teasing, but Kelly sensed the shift. She tried steering things to a lighter place. "Okay, but your new duet is blowing up online. Fans love it." Tim shifted, jaw tight. "Fans love plenty of things," he muttered. The room went still. Kelly tried to move the conversation toward his tour, but he cut her off. "Look, I'm not here to talk about what's trending. I'm here to talk about the music. Can we stick to that?" The room felt like it stopped breathing. Kelly nodded gently. "All right, tell me what makes this album so close to your heart." She gave him space, hoping he'd settle. Tim hesitated, then said, "It's about what matters to family, struggle, the things that keep you awake, not the noise out there." Some in the crowd clapped, though the energy felt off. Kelly leaned in, wanting to reconnect. "Your songs always hit deep. Is there one track that means the most to you?" He looked frustrated. "They all do, but I don't think people really hear them anymore. Everyone's chasing clicks. They want drama, not music." The tension deepened. Kelly's voice stayed calm. "We're listening now. Share one with us. Take us inside what you were feeling." Tim let out a short, humorless laugh. "You want me to spill my guts for the cameras, for headlines? That's not how it works." Whispers spread through the studio. Kelly held her ground. "I'm asking because your fans care about what drives you." His eyes darkened. "Fans? Half don't even buy records. They just want a clip to share." The air in the room felt heavier. Kelly's producer signaled to wrap up, but she stayed focused. "Tim, I know things have changed, but you're still making music that means something. Why not let people in?" He leaned forward, his voice sharp. "Because not everything's for sale. Not everything's a show." The words hit hard. Kelly's expression stayed composed, but something in her eyes shifted. Silence filled the space. Then she tried again. "You're here because you have something to share. What's the one thing you hope listeners take from this album?" Tim weighed his next words. "I want people to stop turning everything into a circus. Music used to mean something. Now it's just content. I'm tired of the game." No one clapped. Kelly nodded slowly. "The industry can feel like a machine, but you're still fighting by creating real music." He looked at her, then the crowd, and something inside him seemed to snap. "Fighting it? This is the game. Sitting here under these lights, answering the same questions. You're good at it, Kelly. Better than most." The audience gasped. Kelly's smile dropped. She didn't fire back. "That's not fair, Tim. I'm here because I love music, just like you. I'm not your opponent." Tim stared at her, unreadable. Then he stood, his chair scrapping across the stage. "Maybe not, but I'm done with this." And he walked off the set, leaving the audience murmuring and Kelly alone under the bright lights. The producer signaled desperately for a commercial break, but Kelly stayed still for a moment, then faced the audience with a small, steady smile. "Well, a broken bar that was unexpected." A few nervous laughs broke out. "This show is about real conversations. Sometimes they get messy." Once off air, Kelly exhaled deeply. She waved off the water her assistant offered and stared at the space where Tim had been. Backstage, Tim stood in a hallway, his manager whispering urgently about damage control. Tim just muttered, "Let it be a story." "I'm not apologizing." A stagehand approached, saying Kelly's team would redo the segment if he'd return. Tim shook his head. "I'm done here." His boots echoed down the corridor as he left the building. Back on set, Kelly returned from break with determination. "We had a curveball," she said, her warmth returning, though tempered. "This show is about honesty, so let's keep talking about what music really means." She shared her own experiences, her own battles with the industry. The audience leaned in, grateful for her steadiness. Meanwhile, online clips spread fast. Some praised Tim's honesty, others blasted him. Kelly's fans defended her grace. The truth sat somewhere in between. Tim sat alone in a quiet diner, nursing a black coffee. For the first time all day, he felt like he could breathe. He thought about the interview, the music he meant to talk about, the frustration that had overtaken him. He wasn't proud, but he wasn't fully sorry either. After finishing the show, Kelly skipped reading the online comments and slipped into her car. She considered calling Tim but didn't. Some moments needed space. When one of his songs played on the radio, she listened closely, letting the raw sound wash over her, and she finally smiled. At the diner, Tim finally checked his messages. One text stood out. "You said what a lot of us feel. Just hope it was worth it." He didn't know yet. Maybe he'd crossed the line. Maybe he'd spoken a truth that needed to be said. Either way, he knew the road ahead would be rough. But so was the music, and that was the point.